Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is day number 3 of the superhero uh 30-day challenge. And today's question is, who is your favorite villain? Now, my favorite villain from DC Comics is Darkseid. Darkseid is just great. Now, the thing with Darkseid is that for a while he was being overused in DC Comics. And the thing with him is that there's only a couple of writers who can really get Darkseid down. I mean, during the Superman Batman, uh, the Superman Batman books written by Jeff Loeb, I don't think he really got Darkseid down. I mean, there's some interesting stuff he did with Darkseid, but he really didn't get the essence of what I like in Darkseid. I think the guys who worked on, Bruce Timm and his team, the guys who worked on the animated series stuff, I think they definitely got Darkseid down. I mean, and of course Jack Kirby himself, and Grant Morrison in Final Crisis. I mean, I like my Darkseid cunning, underhanded, and when Darkseid shows up, I expect him to take something away from the DC universe. I expect him to take something away from Superman. I expect him to take something away from Batman or whoever he is attacking. Whenever he shows up, someone should definitely lose something important to them, and it should be very impactful because that's the type of villain he is. When he shows up, he's not just, I mean, yeah, mainly he attacks Superman. Excuse me about the noise. My computer's restarting. But whenever Darkseid attacks someone in the DC universe, he needs to take something important away from them, and it needs to be impactful. Otherwise, you're not really using Darkseid right. He's, that's how much of a threat he is. That's how much of a just uttering his name, other villains in the DC universe should be like, oh shit, he's coming. That's the way I like my Darkseid to be. Even when he's defeated and he's not as powerful as he could be, he still should be a threat somehow. Yeah, so that's what I like in my Darkseid. And also he has to be powerful, and he just has to cause a lot of chaos and destruction and so many other things. Excuse me. He's a very, very sophisticated villain, and he's a very, very awesome villain. I do like his design overall, although I do like the newer design. I'm not really a fan of I don't know, the traditional Darkseid look is alright. It's passable, but I like some of the redesigns that I've seen online and things like that much better. They're much more imposing and things like that. But other than that, his powers are cool. The Omega effect, the Omega beams, the Mega Sanction, he's just very powerful. And there's been very few people who have stood against Darkseid and lived to tell about it. So that's for DC Comics. Now for Marvel, it's Thanos. Now, Thanos is pretty much Marvel's Darkseid. The only difference is Thanos is a little bit more cranky and a little bit more whiny. And I say that because he's kind of in the friend zone. I mean, he does everything he can to court or please death. But, he's a little bit more... If Darkseid is very serious and to the point, and he doesn't really have any gimmicks, Thanos is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I said, he's a little bit more whiny and cranky. He's a little bit more active, and he's a little bit more operatic in his actions. I should say that. He's not as serious as Darkseid, but and the thing about Thanos is he kind of has the opposite problem of Darkseid. If Darkseid has been kind of overused recently before the New 52 started, Thanos hasn't been used as much, but when he is used, he doesn't have that same oomph as when he first showed up in the Infinity Gauntlet saga. during that storyline, he was awesome. You know, when he had the Infinity Gauntlet and he pretty much destroyed the Marvel Universe, he was awesome. But after that, he's been kind of subpar. You know, he's been subpar. He hasn't been as threatening. He hasn't been as, cunning as he was. You know, as desperate as he was back then to please death. Now it seems like he's just kind of, when he shows up, he just kind of does some stuff and it's not very impactful. The the Thanos imperative. You know, that was kind of, I mean, that was interesting, but it wasn't as like awesome as the Infinity Gauntlet, or what they're doing with him now. You know, the Thanos. They're giving him like a backstory, and I don't really like when they go into too much detail into a villain's backstory unless it's absolutely needed, like with someone like, like Bane or somebody like that. That's cool, but I don't really. I like my backstory for villains like Darkseid and Thanos mysterious. Just keep it mysterious. You can give us a little bit of backstory. You know, you can give us a little bit of information here or there, but I don't like going too much into the origin. And the only reason they're doing an origin for Thanos is because he's going to be the villain in Avengers 2, the movie, the live action movies, which is fine, but I don't know. I just don't really approve of that. But yeah, Thanos is my favorite villain in Marvel, and DC is Darkseid. So yeah, these two guys, when they're written well, when they're written by the best writers in the industry, that the industry has to offer, man, these guys throw down, and it's really, really impactful. So with that being said, I'm going to end this video, Bloody Days, Gory Nights, and I will be back for day number 4. And of course, video responses are welcome, and leave your comments below. Who is your favorite supervillains? Alright people, I'm out.